The clanking of machines echoed through the vast factory floor as Jake Dorson wiped the sweat from his forehead. It was another long shift at the steel plant, but he didn't mind. Hard work was all he knew. Life hadn't been easy, but he took pride in providing for his family, his wife, Laura, and their 8-year-old son, Tommy. As his shift ended, Jake packed up and walked the familiar route home. The cold wind nipped at his skin as he passed through a busy intersection. That's when he heard it. Screeching tires, a woman's scream, and the unmistakable sound of a child's cry. Time slowed. A little girl, no older than 6, stood frozen in the middle of the street. Her wide eyes locked on the oncoming car that wasn't slowing down. Without thinking, Jake dropped his lunchbox and lunged forward. He barely registered the sharp pain in his knee as he hit the pavement, scooping the girl into his arms and rolling them both out of harm's way. The car missed them by inches before swerving into a lamppost. For a second, there was silence. Then the girl's mother rushed over, sobbing. "Oh my God, thank you. You saved her," she cried, hugging her daughter tightly. Jake exhaled, finally feeling the weight of what had just happened. "Just glad she's safe," he muttered, brushing dirt off his uniform. He waved off the crowd that had gathered, declining any fuss. "I'm just a factory worker. Anyone would have done the same." That night, he barely mentioned the incident to Laura. "I just helped a little girl who got stuck in traffic," he said, casually. She smiled, squeezing his hand. "That's who you are, Jake. Always looking out for others." The next morning, he was sipping his usual black coffee when Tommy shouted from the window, "Dad, there are 2 fancy cars outside." Jake frowned, stepping onto the porch. Parked in his modest driveway were 2 sleek black luxury cars, and standing beside them was a sharply dressed man in a suit holding an envelope. "Mr. Dorson?" the man asked, walking up with a warm smile. "My name is Richard Lawson. The little girl you saved, Yeri, is my daughter." Jake's eyes widened. He had no idea who the girl's family was. "I'm just glad she's okay," he said, shifting uncomfortably. Richard chuckled. "She's more than okay, thanks to you. But I can't let your kindness go unnoticed." He handed Jake the envelope. Jake opened it hesitantly, only to feel his breath hitch. Inside was a check with more zeros than he had ever seen in his life. I can't accept this," Jake stammered. Richard held up a hand. "That's just a token of gratitude, but these," he gestured to the cars, "are yours too. One for you, one for your wife. No strings attached." Jake's mind raced. He had spent his life struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, never expecting anything in return for doing the right thing. "I don't know what to say," he admitted. Richard smiled. "Say yes. The world needs more people like you, Mr. Dorson. And sometimes good people deserve good things too." Jake blinked, emotions threatening to overwhelm him. He looked back at his wife and son, who were watching in awe. Then, finally, he shook Richard's hand. Later that evening, as they took their first drive in their brand new car, Laura looked at Jake and whispered, "See, kindness always comes back to you." And for the first time in a long time, Jake truly believed it.